I can't, I can't seem to get a few minutes to myself lately. Sorry about that. My apologies. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Minor issue. Very minor, but we're good. Sorry, I was in the middle of saying something, and what I was saying, I believe, was that the hypocrisy, we don't hear anything from the media when, a conservative congressperson is shot for more than a day. We don't get any outrage when Antifa goes and destroys neighborhoods and attacks people. We don't get any outrage about the rhetoric coming from celebrities and the media and pundits and, other folks. We don't get any outrage about that. We don't get the calls of, well, this is going to cause violence and this could cause someone to harm somebody. And, they're basically prompting civil war, right? They're calling for civil war. Michael Moore today tweets out, I want you guys to all non-violently. You don't hear anything about the dangers of their rhetoric, but flip it around, fake news narrative, which they created, by the way, which they created. Their creation. We never started fake news. They started fake news in response to us telling the truth. So, you know, somebody asked the question, some journalist asked the question, when is this going to result in someone getting hurt? When is this going to result in someone's being harmed, a journalist being harmed? Where have you been? Where have you been? Well, people on the right have been attacked and beaten and almost killed. Where have you been where these hate crimes have been perpetrated in the name of a Trump supporter, but ended up being a liberal or someone on the left? And I'm not labeling everybody with a broad brush. I'm really not. I'm, like I said in my last video that was interrupted for an odd reason, really mainly talking about the extreme progressive left as well as the mainstream media. And yes, somebody's commenting it's divide and conquer. Thanks, Declan. It is divide and conquer, absolutely. And it's by design. And people, I think a large majority of folks are starting to understand that it's divide and conquer and reach across the aisle and kind of work together. You're seeing this sort of divide and conquer narrative in very large part right now, much bigger than it's ever been in the past, because there are so many more people that are awake. So because there are so many more people that are awake, the scale in which this needs to be perpetrated is much greater. Spiritually, I believe, a lot of people that have kind of been realizing this are learning that, let's do by a show of yes, if terrorist attacks and fake and false flags, or let's start this way. If you guys can spot a false flag when it happens, type the word yes in the comments. Surprising. I'm sure there are people out there that can. If you guys didn't know what a false flag was 7 or 8 months ago, type yes in the comments. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, and I think yes will be the answer to the next question as well. Things are changing, and I've done several videos about how things are changing. So I think what we need to do really right now is realize that the major propaganda arm of the United States government, the CIA, etc., aka the mainstream media, is falling faster and faster by the day, thanks to smart folks that can find it, thanks to folks like James O'Keefe from Project Veritas and his undercover reporters, thanks to independent media, thanks to sort of this kind of awakening in the populace. They're falling hard and fast. Understand who has the power. And when you start to understand who has the power, it becomes a lot easier to unite together to stop the narrative that they're trying to push. They are embarrassed right now. Overwhelmingly embarrassed. And it's time to capitalize on that. And I think we keep doing that by spreading, real information with sourced, factual stuff. Think back to when CNN during the campaign said, it's illegal to read and possess any of this stolen material. It's different for journalists. It's different for the media. Really? No, it's not. We are the media now. We are. It's so hot. Jesus. Whew. Next thing I wanted to talk about was Donald Trump's tweet. It's hot. It's really hot. Donald Trump's tweets today. The, unadulterated, kind of raw, crazy, stick it to him part of me was like, yes. And the part of me that sort of viscerally reacted was like, we really didn't need to go there. We really didn't need to go there. However, it didn't make me dislike President Trump. It just made me think about how he's better than that. I mean, he went really, really, really low. I don't even know why that part of this tweet was necessary, but it's not anything uncharacteristic, really. He said something derogatory about Mika Brzezinski from Morning Joe. He said she was stupid. That's not even what they seized upon. What they seized upon was that he said that one New Year's Eve she was coming to visit. She wanted to come to a party at Mar-a-Lago, and she was bleeding from a facelift surgery that she had, and he said that she couldn't come. It was just not really tactful. And so, of course, the left-wing sort of pundits start saying, he's attacking women, he's constantly attacking women, and they attacked him for saying that that someone had a nice smile, because God forbid you compliment somebody. I can talk about feminism all day and how disgusting it is. This woman right here. So we can go down that road if you'd like to. But I don't see them saying anything when they're attacking Ivanka. I don't see them saying anything when they're calling Melania Trump a whore. It's just the hypocrisy is just disgusting to me. Disgusting. But Trump gets attacked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mika Brzezinski has called him every name under the sun, insulted his manhood, insulted his hands, insulted his hair, insulted his brain, insulted everything about him consistently, day after day after day after day, with lies and smears. So I guess he just had enough and wanted everyone to know she's got a facelift. Oh, someone said Trump was actually letting Mika know that he knows she's a cokehead. Can you explain that? Since I've never been one. I'll wait for someone to explain that, because I've never dabbled over there. But, goodness. No, I don't think he was saying that it was her nose bleeding. But I'll look into that a little bit more. Maybe. I feel like I'm sweaty. This is really hot outside. Anyway, so those were those two things I wanted to talk about. The next thing that I wanted to do, and there's only a few of you guys here, but I'm glad you're here. So, the Yellowstone quake swarm. I was listening to the radio here where I live today, and they said on the radio that they were monitoring the Yellowstone quake swarm, and a lot of people came after me in the comments of that video saying I was fear-mongering, and I kind of think I did the exact opposite. Of fear-mongering. I kind of wanted everybody to see what was going on, and I didn't want to, kafef. Yes. I didn't want anybody to, get scared, but I wanted to alert everyone, and there were another 800 quakes last week, so the quake swarm is still active, and I am watching and reading, and if I find something that's really overwhelmingly noteworthy. Now, there are 800 quakes last week that they actually reported. That's not how many quakes actually happened. There's a big difference there. Mary Greeley is the channel that you guys can go to if you want to follow that. I I see everybody still talking about Trump, which I can continue to do if you guys would like. I don't have to stay on the Yellowstone quake swarm. That's really all I have to say there. The next thing I wanted to talk about in this little update video is the puzzles. We got a number, I think we're on number 5, so today will be 4, so Thursday's 4, Friday's 3, no, we're on 5 today, so we should get a 5 countdown video today. They're all 11 seconds long. They do not have anything inside of them up until, not yesterday, the day before was the last video I looked at. There's nothing in there that I can see in a spectrogram. The one that had a bunch of characters across the top of it, it looked like a blockchain address. It was not. So basically for anybody that does, oh, okay, 5 is up. Okay, I'll have to check that. Basically for everybody that doesn't know what's happening, an account called Question Answer started putting out, okay, somebody said they know what I'm talking about, so rather than go through the whole thing, they started putting up briefly, they started putting up countdown videos that Anon Scan was retweeting. And so Ed from The Outer Light and I both did videos on it, and it really intrigues me, and a lot of people are like, you're wasting your time on these puzzles, you're wasting your time on this, and it sucks because I cover stuff that I think is interesting to me. I really do get into facts. As a matter of fact, there's some new Seth Rich information I'm working on putting together for tomorrow. Pretty cool. Nothing mind-boggling, but I have some new info there. I also have some stuff to go over in terms of Petergate arrests and what's coming. Obviously, the Vatican. And there's a lot of stuff going on, and I try to do factual, like, in-depth reporting very often, but sometimes I just wanted to go to some stuff that's outside of scope, because it may tie in somehow. Thank you. Anyway, if anybody has any questions, I'll do some questions for like a few minutes, and then I'll go. Cue them up, folks. Cue them up. I'm ready for telepathic communication, yes. I like telepathic communication. Now everybody's going to go in the comments saying I'm some kind of like devil worshiper or something. What's my take on 9/11? 9/11 was an inside job. What do you think about the timing of the countdown? It'll be out 4th of July. July 3rd, which is Julian Assange's birthday, is the final day. False flag to treaty. Are you going to do your thing about Jason? You know, I put a lot of time and effort into that thing about Jason, and I have a good portion of it finished. I don't think at this point I'm going to release it, because it's just a waste of time, and it's just a waste of energy, and it's negative energy, and it's not even worth it. I'd rather just ignore them like they're not there, and that's what I'm doing right now. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see what else. What do you think the real reason for the Libya invasion was? Which one? When they killed Gaddafi? When they killed Gaddafi, it was because he was trying to create his own currency, which was backed by gold. And thanks, Ryobi. It's good to hear. Good to see you. They were trying to create their own currency that was backed by gold. I swear, I give up. I give up. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry about that, guys. I told you guys it was hot outside. Well, my phone overheated. So, that was that. And it's just really hard to find somewhere that I can sit out, that I can sit in my house and be alone. I give up. But here I am, I'm back. Anyway, whoo, it says, emergency. Your phone must cool down before you can continue to use it. And you guys are so funny. Yeah, so it says your phone must cool down before you can continue to use it. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Hot news. Yes, very hot news. And now, plug this. It was crazy. I'm like, why right now? Why? But it cooled down. So I'm inside now in a little corner somewhere. And so we can try and finish this. My goodness. No, it's just really hot. Like, look. Okay, if we can't have fun, what do we have? What do we have if we can't have fun? Now this is going to hurt because I got to hold this thing up. Ridiculous. I had like a little rest outside where I could rest my arm. Anyway. Any other questions? Schwelly, good old Schwelly. Oh, there you are. It's Frank Schwellington in the chat. Yeah, so the pedo bust in Hollywood, which one? Because I believe that there was one a few months ago that's just getting recirculated now. If there was another one, I haven't heard it. Hey, Defango, what's going on? What's going on? Rabbit files. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the rabbit files yet myself. Yeah, so what else? Oh, the Vatican BS. Yes, I'm putting together a report on the Vatican, actually. I'll have a report done on that probably by tomorrow because it ties into a lot more than just that, as you know. What else? Anybody else have anything else? I wish I had like a cool setup where I could have people come up here with me. I don't get all fancy. I'm not fancy. I'm just boring. Yeah, so I think now that I've done 3 or 4 videos trying to get all this information out, I think we're good. I think we're good. Unless you guys just want to hear me talk about, like, I don't know, you guys don't really know me all that well. I don't, like, talk about a lot of my personal stuff. Fancy's overrated. John Molesta testified in front of Congress the other day under a closed door and nothing leaked out. It's amazing how that works, right? Amazing. Podesta the Molesta. So sad. I can't get over... The AP picked up the Vatican arrest. Leave it to Australia. That's where that 60-minute minute special came out of. Did you guys see that 60-minute special from like from a while back? They did 2 specials and they were really hard-hitting right out of Australia. And Australia seems to be on top of things. So that's good. I don't have a theme song. Washington Post wrote an article on how feminism is cancer. No, but I'd love to read that. If you could link it either on my Twitter at Tracy Beans, TracyBeanz. I would love to read that because I agree. I agree. Feminism is cancer. I think women can empower themselves without modern feminism shitting all over men. I really despise modern day feminism and how men are treated in society. It's horrifying to me how, I don't agree with hate crime either. I think that hate crime puts more value on people based off of how they choose to live from a religious or the standpoint of their sexual orientation, and I think that's completely effed up. Why is someone who's gay, who's killed in the street more, why is the perpetrator of that crime more punished harsher than somebody who kills me, a straight white woman walking down the street, or a straight white man walking down the street, or a Christian walking down the street? I think hate crime is ridiculous. It values human life based off of social choices. I never said the Holocaust was fake, so I don't have an opinion on that. So hate crimes are bullshit, and I think all crime is crime. I don't think that someone's life is more valuable than another person's life, and I guess that also would extend to police officers, which people don't like that I say, but, you know, they are doing everyone a service by putting themselves out there and protecting and defending us. But we run down a slippery slope when we start to value one person's existence more than another because of their choice of profession, or because of their sex, or because of their because of their sexual orientation, etc. That's my thought on that. Yeah, so I hate modern day feminism, and I think it's a cancer, like the Washington Post supposedly says. I don't have a problem with traditional gender roles in terms of women and what their role in society is, being mothers, and how they're built differently than men are, and how, you know, men are built for certain roles. They're meant to be the protector. They're meant to be, I don't know where these questions are coming from. I have no problem with gays or blacks voting. As a matter of fact, I think all of the things I just said focus very strongly on equality, not the opposite way around. So I don't have a problem with sort of traditional gender roles at all. I don't mind cooking dinner and serving dinner, and I don't mind taking care of children, and I don't mind taking care of my husband, and I don't mind any of that stuff. I actually think it's kind of cool. I love when men open a door for me. I love when men compliment me, if and when they do. I don't think it's rude or disrespectful. I think that the way men are treated by most women in society today is disgusting and abhorrent, and I think that, you know, men deserve respect. They're important, and they should be respected. And that's my thought. I'm an anti-feminist. Anything else? I just have to say this too. When I say I'm an anti-feminist, I'm not trying to disparage feminists. I'm just trying to say that as a woman, I have been successful and accomplished many, many, many things in my life. And I've never, ever, 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 ever once felt oppressed because of my gender, ever. It's never held me back. I've worked in male-dominated industries my entire career, and I've never, ever once felt like I was held back because I was a woman. I don't believe that the wage gap is actually a real thing. I've made more money than men in my same fields consistently over time. I feel like if you are going to play the victim card consistently with everything, that's what you'll be dealt, the victim card. So, that's just what I'm thinking. That's just my thing. Feminism back when women weren't allowed to vote and women weren't allowed to kind of express themselves in the way that they are now is a different feminism. This feminism of today is all about tearing men down, harming them, making them feel like second-class citizens, destroying their masculinity, trying to turn them into, trying to take them from being alpha and turn them into like beta males, yes, child custody and all that stuff is a totally different story, and fathers have just as you know, in many circumstances, fathers stepped up to the plate more. There, you know, there's a lot of things we could talk about then here. Anyway, but that's just my thoughts on that. We can skip over to another topic now, if you guys want. Wow, I've been on this for a half hour? Jeez, I never knew I could talk that much. Shut me up. No, I haven't been paying any attention to Jason Goodman. And I'm going to continue not paying any attention to Jason Goodman. Do I think that Seth Rich is actually dead or not? I haven't done enough research into the argument that he's alive. So I can tell you my instinct and gut tells me as soon as you get to the part of the story where you start to say he was never killed, you're in a rabbit hole that probably will never, ever be emerged from and will never have a conclusion, because then there's too much speculation, and there's not, you know, once you get into he was never killed, like Elvis was never killed. You know, it's the same thing. That just makes me sad that it's gotten to that part where people are saying he wasn't killed. I haven't done enough research into it yet, though. So yeah, that's that. And here they come, the comments about the channel I won't name. Any other questions? Yes, it is said that truth comes with so many layers of shit. No, I didn't go to the red pill conference. I did not travel. I have too much going on. It is really hard to know who to believe and who to trust. And it's really sad. It's one of the things that really hurts me in all this, honestly, is the people that are being hurt because of the nonsense that's gone on. I'll make that shirt. I'll make that shirt for sure. Trust yourself in your heart, absolutely. I try to do that. I'm glad you like my channel. Thank you so much. Yes, what do you think about exercising the frequency of love? I feel, and this, like, people will... Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. Someone wants to become a patron, and I really appreciate that. So the vibration of love, I feel that it's becoming clear, and if you guys haven't done the research on it now, do the research on it. I feel that we are all energy. Everything is energy, and how we interpret energy is how we make our decisions. How we feel is how we should make our decisions. And we all emanate certain frequencies. And I feel like the more love we can emanate, the better place the world will be. It will kind of raise up that vibration. And that's what I believe. I'm a super spiritual person in that way. It's all about making the world a better place. And it starts with you and how you feel. And how you feel and how you live your life and what you choose to focus on. Whatever you give your attention to, just sort of reflect on how it makes you feel inside, and you'll know if you're going in the right direction or not. If you give your attention to something and it makes you feel really crappy, you're probably better off not looking at that anymore. We do create our own reality. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every second. We create our own reality. Absolutely. Thank you, Thomas. I have been, over the past few months, learning very quickly that my intuition is it feels like it's getting stronger and stronger. Like my ability to kind of decipher things and feel things is getting stronger and stronger. And it's something that I'm fine-tuning now instead of just wondering what it is, which is really cool. It's helping me in my life. I like animals. Someone's asked me if I'm a cat or a dog person. I'm more of a dog person than a cat person. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Absolutely. I do both, I think, and I feel. It's what makes me kind of potent, I think, and feel. That I do both. Honestly, I do. I'm driven by my instinct, by what's here. And I use facts to back that up. And if I can't find facts to back it up, I figure out why I felt that way. You guys are awesome. This is fun. I feel like I'm having a conversation with you guys. Did you talk about the new rabbit files? I don't know what's in the new rabbit files. I haven't looked at them yet. David Icke, he's interesting. I think he has a really great message, and I've watched him extensively several years ago. And I don't ever close a door on any opinions or any perspectives. I think a good portion of what he says from a spiritual perspective is very, very... if you want to know what happened to the info, just look back in the video once it's posted. I talked about it. I think a lot of what he says from a spiritual standpoint is really spot on, and from a worldview standpoint is really spot on. But I also am an eternal optimist, so I like to focus on positive all the time. It's really almost, it's crazy, actually, and that's why I find that physically things manifest with me when I don't do that, hence why I'm feeling the way I feel right now. So, what else? Ask me something funny. The Corbet, really? I'm sure it's really unbiased. I don't, if it's what I'm thinking of, it's not. Thank you. I'm glad you like my eyebrows. I pride myself on my eyebrows. It's stupid. Oh, Lord. Okay. My funniest moment online. I did a live show back a few weeks ago. A few months ago, where one of the participants in the live stream got really, 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 really drunk. And it was quite an interesting experience. You probably can find it if you look back. You know, I noticed I am on the Defango theme song now, saying, the difference with Defango is he has a set of balls like none I've ever seen, and then Defango, I think, laughs. But the dude doesn't give a shit, and he just says whatever, and my Yankee came out. So I'm sorry about that. But it makes for good comedy, I think. It makes for good comedy. Yes, the Frank Schwellenting song. I feel like I'm forever ingrained in that now. But I have to say, like, whenever I need a laugh lately, I do watch the video where they change the face of Jason and he says the Seth Rich file. It just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. It's funny. Well, here you are. I'm glad you're here. What else? I guess that's it, guys. I guess that's it. I'd really like to do more of this stuff. What is the correct wine to have with Fruit Loops for breakfast? I would go with a Moscato. Yeah, I like talking to you guys. Maybe I'll, like, try and figure out how to set up a real live stream where we can, like, watch videos together and stuff and people can pop on and actually, like, talk with me, and we can, like, do this together. Oh, good. You guys are so funny. I'm Eastern time. I'm in the Eastern time zone. I love you guys. Thanks for putting up with all these nonsense things that kept happening throughout this stream. I ended up inside in the air conditioning, so that's good because I'm not sweating like a pig anymore. But my face is shiny. My face is definitely shiny, and that's not highlighter, ladies. It's not. Okay. I'm doing research on stuff. Don't worry. Tomorrow, next day, you'll have tons of research to go through. Trust me. Promise. Talk to you soon.